Okay, all right, boys. So we're back with another one, and this one is very personal for me. It's very important. It's something I've had trouble with, and I still struggle with it pretty much every day. And yeah, so the video today is gonna be about choosing you before others. And wait, before you think I'm some kind of narcissistic person, and that I just think about myself or whatever, that is not the point. I'm not telling you to just think about yourself, not think about others and live in a cocoon. Like, that's not the point here. But actually, where I'm trying to go with this is, don't try to copy others. Be yourself. That is the whole point of my video today. Don't try to copy others' lives. Don't try to copy others' personalities. Don't try to copy others' goals. That's a big problem that we have right now with social media, is that we're so exposed to all those people, all those celebrities, all those big business people, all the success that we see online. We actually sometimes get caught in this kind of loop of thinking, this is where I have to go, this is what I have to do. And the reality is, you shouldn't base your goals or your ambitions on stuff you see online. Now, give me a sec. I'm not saying that it's bad to get motivation from those things or those people. I'm not saying that it's bad to kind of get influenced by them. But if you do, I want you to be aware of it. And I want you to actually find out what you want, because maybe those things that you get marketed to every day on social media, in movies, whatever it is, fashion brands, maybe that's not really what you truly want, what you truly desire. Maybe it's something that a company has kind of implanted in your mind. What's really important for me is to find out what you want. Not your parents, not your teachers, not your partners, not this business guru that you look up to. You, what do you actually want? You know, it doesn't have to be a job necessarily. It doesn't have to be a business. It doesn't even have to do anything related to money, really. It could be, you know, for some people, being an accomplished artist is enough, is what they're looking for. For some people, being a professional soccer player, being a professional volleyball player is their dream, is what they've always wanted to do. For some people, it's just being the best high school teacher of their school. For some, like, it can vary so much. It doesn't have to do. Now I'm contradicting myself a little bit, because I said it doesn't have to do with work or your job, and I just stated a bunch of work job examples. Where I'm trying to go with this is, find something that truly motivates you, that find this fire inside of you where you would love to do this, achieve this, realize the goal, help those people, build that business, make this change in your life. And where in 5 to 10 years from now, you'll be, even 20 years from now, let's put it further, 20 years from now, you'll be glad that you did it, and you're going to be proud of yourself. Then once you find this thing, I don't want you to just go straight away and do it. Really take this idea that you have and put it down on paper. Write it down. Put it physically somewhere in this world. On a piece of paper is the best way to do it, in my opinion. And then just think about it. Reflect on it. Meditate on it. Ask people. Well, this one is a kind of a yes and no. Ask people around you. Because sometimes if your goal is too big, if your ambition is too impressive, too intimidating for some people don't like ambition. Some people don't like ambitious people with big dreams. So this is a yes and no. Like, it can be good, it cannot be good, depends on who you're asking. But really sit down with this idea, think about it, and try to ask yourself if that's really coming from you, or if it's coming from someone else, something else in your life. Whether it be friends, whether it be parents, social media, YouTube. Is that something that unconsciously got here, or is this something you really want for yourself? Then once you have that idea, it's really important to associate a strong why. Now, you've heard this 1,000 times. I'm not the first person to say it, but it's really true. A why that has an emotion attached to it, a why that is strong enough to last through any hard situation, is what you're going to need if you want to achieve this. Because chances are your goals and your ambitions are not small, or they're not easy to achieve. It's not simply, yeah, I want to take out trash for a living. I think you have bigger goals for yourself, and it won't be easy. So you do need that strong reason to keep you aligned, keep you focused, keep you centered. It's really, really important. And it's going to serve you so many more times than you could ever think of. And then from there, you're pretty much set. Once you know what you really want, you yourself, and you have a strong why, your why could be really anything. Could be family, could be for yourself. People think it's selfish to do something just because you want it, because you think you can get it. It's not. It's a good reason. I do believe people can get a lot done with this kind of motivation. It can get toxic or overwhelming or bad, negative on the long term if this is too self-focused, but it's a good motivation at the end of the day. So yeah, really anything, family, partners, something that is dear to you, that is important to you, that comes from the heart. Basically, you need emotion related to your why. And once you have both of them, both of those things, then this is really your North Star. This is your life guide. The why and the what, you're gonna follow them, and you're gonna put your head down and work on that goal. Because if this is really something that you want for yourself, you're gonna have to work for it. It's pretty self-evident. It's not gonna come by itself, and it's gonna be hard. And I want you to know that from the start, that it's gonna be hard and it's gonna take time. And whatever time horizon you have for yourself for that goal, probably multiply by 3 or 5. So if you thought it was gonna take 3 months, prepare minimum a year. And I would say even 2. It's gonna take a lot more time than you think. If you think 4 years, plan 8 to 10 years, really. So yeah, it's gonna take time, but it's gonna be worth it if this is really the thing that you want for yourself. And then just build your life from there. This is a base, this is a foundation, this is your life goal if you want. And then just build from there. Set yourself goals, set yourself schedules, routines. And it doesn't have to be military type. I don't really like the grind and hustle culture that we have today, although I think it's useful. It can get very toxic, it can get very bad for your mental state. I think on the long run it can be hard, the way some people portrayed it out there, because this is more like a marathon, it's not a sprint. And that's what a lot of people don't get. They either don't get it or they don't communicate it well enough, because I think this is something not a lot of people emphasize on, but it is a marathon and not a sprint. You won't get there as fast as you think. So yeah, literally just plan your life according. Start off with the yearly goals, go down to your monthly goals, to your weekly goals, to your daily goals. You can really play with it, and the important thing is to have goals. You need big goals and small goals. The small goals would be your daily goals or your weekly goals, and the big ones would be either monthly, quarterly, or yearly. But having a structure like this, with the easiest kind of more day-to-day stuff and the biggest, more long-term vision goals, is really important, because this is what's going to keep you fixed on that trajectory that's going to get you there. And then something that really, really was hard for me, and it's still hard, I still struggle with this a lot. It's a thought that comes back to me almost every day, to be honest. But it's about the commitment that you have towards this goal, or towards yourself. It's a commitment towards yourself that you have, and it can get scary, because the way I see it, and that's where I kind of have a problem with it sometimes, is I'm scared of committing to something, putting in a lot of effort, a lot of time, studying, working, like really kind of grinding, if you want, for a few years or a few months or whatever, for a big amount of time, to then realize that it's not for me and that I've wasted all that time. And how I've kind of surpassed this barrier in my mind is, first of all, nothing's permanent. You can always stop, you can always go back. And when I mean stop, actually, I mean recalibrating, rethinking, reflecting, because sometimes you're going to hit a plateau, or you're going to hit some certain spot where you feel like maybe this isn't for you anymore. Maybe you'll feel this, maybe you won't. Maybe you've got a bright idea in mind and you're going to go straight towards it. But it's okay to get those moments where you hesitate, or where you kind of put yourself back into reflection mode and see, okay, this is what I've done so far. This is how long I've been working on this. This is how I feel about it. Does it feel good? Do you feel accomplished? Do you feel like you're working towards something you're going to be proud of later on? If not, then I'm sorry, but maybe you chose the wrong thing. And this is totally okay. It happens to everyone. No one got the golden idea, that got the perfect thing from the start. It doesn't happen. It doesn't exist. It doesn't. Simply doesn't. Look at your biggest inspiration, biggest actor, biggest business person, biggest artist. Like, look at someone you look up to and look at how many times they failed before that. You can't get there without failing or without correcting your path. So it's very normal and it's very important that you allow yourself to do this, or else you're just gonna run straight into a wall, basically. I think this is very important, and this is something that a lot of people underestimate, is knowing where you're going in life. It's having that North Star. It's having that compass that guides you. Waking up and having something to work towards or to look forward to. It's really, really important. And I feel like people our age, people in their 20s, late teens or early adult years are lacking a lot of people are just going with the flow, following what society tells you to, which is not a bad thing. I'm not telling you to rebel against government, against your parents, to be, I mean, if you're just doing what you're doing because your parents are telling you to, maybe question yourself and maybe reflect on what you're doing. And you know what? Maybe you'll find out that what you're doing is actually right and it's something you want to be doing. But really do it from a conscious place. That's the main point of this video, really. Don't just be another dead fish that goes with the flow of the river. Be a fish that's alive and that decides to swim against the current. If I could tell something to myself from 5 years ago, I would tell you, Nico, don't let your dreams go to waste, because you were born with them for a reason.